Hey everybody, welcome back to part 7 of the Kiara's Pizza PHP project. Now, in the last video, you saw how I was able to read in the data for a specific order ID and place it into the form. So I did say in the video that it would be nice, instead of saying place your order, that we could say update your order, right? So this is on the form, right? This is on the form. So let's go into PHP. Let's go into our form. There it is right here. And right at the very top of this form, by the way, let's put in some PHP code here, PHP. And I have some code that I'll go over in a second. Oops, I had the PHP tags there already, so let me do that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, if the page create record, if the name of the page is this create record, then I'm going to change a variable and call it save new. We're going to call this order, right? Or we're going to say place pizza order. And I'll go over this in a second. And then we're saying, well, else if the file name of the page that's being run is update order, right? If it's update order, that's what this base name does. It's able to check the file name and its extension, not the path of the file or anything else, right? And then we'll leave it as save updated order, and we'll call this, what should we call this? Actually, we don't even need this last one, so let's get rid of this, okay? Because that we're going to use somewhere else. But for now, we're able to, we have this variable called $button label. So what we can do now is we can actually go to the label right here, right down here at the bottom on line 60, and replace this with a little PHP. And PHP. And I'm going to change it to the shorthand echo version. And I'm just going to echo out button label, just like that, button label. So watch this mind-blowing, right? So I go back and I'll reload this page, and it says save updated order. If I go to order pizza and I go to the bottom, oh, I got an issue. So this is order dash pizza. So let's go look at my logic at the top. Create record. It's actually order dash pizza. Okay. So if the file that we're running, right, is order dash pizza, which it is, and I reload, now it says place pizza order. And again, if I go back to home and I click update, we're now getting save updated order. How cool is that? That's really great. That's variables in use and being able to check the name of the file that's running, right? The script that's running, right? So that's that. But when I click on like save updated order here, this is going to perform a post, right? So to prove it to you, let me close this script. Whoops. Let me close the script and go back. This is my update, right? And remember, this is just reading down through the page here. But could I do, and this is to maintain, the stickiness and stuff. So could I just go right here and say PHP? And could I say, well, if, right, if the $_server request method, right, like a request method, if it's a post, right, if it's a post, then let's just echo out the words, something like, we need to update the order, right? Just like that. It's gonna be above the nav bar, but don't worry about that right now. So here we go. We're going to go back to Kiara's Pizza. We're going to click on update, and we're just going to click on place order. Oh, we got a lot of stuff going on, right? We got a lot of errors, right? Going on, but that's okay. And they're all on line 23, 24, right? But look, it says now we need to update the order, right? So do you see where this is going? You see where this is going? So all of these things, right, what happened, right, when we were dealing with the post here is what happened. So the values are not here anymore. Do you see this, right? Do you see this? Do you see that? So just if we do this, by the way, what if we just, for now, just move this? Because remember, we lost scope of these variables. So it doesn't matter if I move it. Since the page got, well, let me just do this one more time. I'll move it. And let's see what happens. Okay. Actually, let's just go back to Kiara's Pizza and click Update. And we'll click on Update, Save Updated Order. And it says we need to update the order, right? Which we do. So why are we getting all of these variables that are in set, right? So why aren't we getting it? Well, when we posted the page, right? Remember that we were using the URL query parameter, right? We were using the URL query parameter in the URL to be able to read out the ID and then go get the data. Do you remember that? So what we probably should do, right? What we should probably do is probably pause the video right now and let you think about what we need to do here. Again, let me give you the scenario, okay? So let me just do this. Kiara's Pizza, update. There it is, it's beautiful. But now, when I click on save updated record, it's posting back to itself, and we no longer know what ID is that we have, right? So we need to know that ID in order to go get that data, because it was in the URL, right? Again, let's go back, update, right? There it is. It's ID 15 right in the browser bar, right? But as soon as I click on save updated order here, it ain't there anymore, right? So actually, let me give you a hint, okay? Could we do this? Could we do this? Let's go back to the form, right? Let's go back to the form. Where are you, form? There you are, right? Could we go back to the form, right? And could we add right before the closing form tag, could we add an input type equals hidden, right? Just like that, and put in its value, right? Maybe the ID, right? Maybe if the ID is set, we can put it there, right? So you know the drill, PHP, right? Whoops, PHP, just like that. And, right, could we say something like is set? Now we got to be careful. What are we looking for, right? We're looking for that variable ID, right? So remember, let me go back here. Right? So when we're generating the page here, we actually had it, right? So there is $ID, and then we're loading up the form down here on line 45. So could we then, right, if that variable ID is set, could we not just say, if is set $ID, could we not just say $ID, else nothing, right? Null, right? Could we do that? And then when the form gets posted, this field, and actually let's give it a name equals ID, right? So this is going to be the value in the $_post associative array, and it may have a value, it may not, but watch this now. Let's see if I crash and burn. Happens a lot. So I go back to update, and there is all my data. Got my meatball, I got five meatball pizzas. And now if I click on save updated record, I'm still getting my stuff, right? Because wait for it. we are checking, right? We were getting the ID from the URL, right? We were getting the ID from the URL. But could I, could I do this now? Could I do this? Could I say, since I'm posting, could I say, hey, that ID is gonna equal, right, from the post associative array, the ID, right? And then when the code gets down to here, right, can I say something like this? If not is set $ID, then go get it from the URL, right? Then go get it from the URL. And then do everything else the same. Go query the database with that ID and everything else. So let's see how much I got it right or wrong. Ready? Let's go back to Kiara's Pizza. Let's update, and let's click on Save Updated Order. And look at that, we're not getting the error anymore because we know exactly which ID that we need to update, right? We know that, right? We know that. So could we, now that we have all of the information that we need, right? And we're able to determine that we have a post, and we know we need to update a specific record, couldn't I just now, can I now just use my SQL update, command to update that particular record in the pizza order table, in the customer order table? You bet! And that's how we're gonna do it in the next video. Catch you then.